Happy birthday to me. For my birthday this year, I decided to wake my ass up before 6 a.m. It is actually 5:54 a.m. and I'm here at the Yonge and Eglinton neighborhood, or in my neighborhood. The temperature is a very cold 3 degrees Celsius. This is the first time all season I've broken out the winter coat, and for this one I'll be heading over to Eglinton Station as I want to make my way downtown and do a sunrise video, or I guess a pre-sunrise video, as sunrise isn't until 7 a.m. But I thought we would take a look at what things are like in the subway system at this hour. So I'm going to head to Eglinton Station, and I'll walk through the station and head down to the platform. We'll see how busy it is, and then I'll resume recording at Bloor-Yonge Station, and I'll record the transfer there from line 1 to line 2, and then I'll record the transfer again at St. George Station from line 2 back to line 1. I'll be going to the other side of line 1. Then I think I'm going to get out at Queen's Park, so I'll record what things are like at that station. So this one won't be just one long continuous video. If you've ever wondered what things are like this early in the morning on a weekday in the subway system, this might help answer some of those questions. Now, apparently the first train departs at 5:54, or roughly 5:54, from Eglinton, Mondays through Saturdays. And on Sundays, that is not until a ridiculous 7:48 a.m., so I don't know what people who have to go to work early on Sunday do. Well, they would actually just take the Blue Night bus, which supplements the subway on line 1. So I'm listening to some tunes early in the morning. There are not a lot of people on the streets right now. So I just wanted to show a bit of what things are like in the neighborhood on the way to the subway station. Last train, I think, is around 1:30 a.m. usually in both directions, at least from Eglinton Station. Although the TTC has this really nasty habit of early weeknight closures, so do pay attention to any schedules regarding maintenance and that sort of thing. There's also frequent weekend closures of different parts of the line. I'm just noticing that pet store closed down. I was just looking at that the other day, wondering how the heck they ever stayed in business. And I think around 6 a.m. through the morning rush hour, and again in the afternoon rush hour, frequency should be every 2 to 3 minutes at the station. And normally it's every 4 to 6 minutes or so. Otherwise, during the day, man, I am still asleep. But you can't really pay attention to those next train arrival signs or put too much faith into them. There's been times where I get there and it says the next train is in 2 minutes. That is very clearly a bold-faced lie. But you can enter Eglinton Station from right here, the southwest corner of Yonge and Eglinton. There's another entrance just south of here. That one's a little closer to the bus area. And they will be reopening the connections at that corner. I believe one over there as well. And that corner. But those were all severed due to various construction projects, mainly the Eglinton Crosstown LRT. Which I think just had a setback. It should have opened 4 or 5 years ago. And here we are all this time later and it's still not opened. A little peek into an unopened portion of the station. Most service on lines 1 and 4. It doesn't tell you about line 2. There are washrooms in this station. Sounds like no train yet. And new escalators that are not yet open. They often run these during the day. You enter the bus bays just over there to the right. There's a Cinnabon. Convenience store. There are washrooms at Eglinton Station, which is quite nice. But there's also much nicer washrooms across the street at the Yonge-Eglinton Center. That's kind of ridiculous. There's no signs here saying when the next train is expected. Normally there's little displays. I wonder if that's what that will be. I see the front light of the train shining on the tracks. The connection to the LRT is at the north end of the platform, which is the direction the camera's facing. But the train is arriving, so I shall board this one. It wasn't a long wait at all. I'll resume recording, just because it's a little awkward recording a whole train journey. I'll resume when I get to that station transfer. It seems to be moderately busy.
Line 1, Bloor-Yonge. Please stand clear of the doors.
I have that.
Davisville Station. Doors will open on the right. Line 1, Bloor-Yonge. Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is St. Clair Station. Arriving at Bloor-Yonge Station. Change here for line 2. Doors will open on the right. Line 1, for Tom.
And the train doesn't seem to want to depart, but 10 minutes and 6 stations later, here we are at Bloor-Yonge Station. Next train in 6 minutes. And this is the busiest subway station in all of the land. And by that I mean all of Canada. It serves lines 1 and 2. And about 278,000 passengers per weekday pass through here. And I'll be connecting at the second busiest station, which is St. George. And although the Line 1 platform here is quite spacious, there are plans to completely renovate the station.
The TTC takes your safety very seriously.
And increase capacity.
Speak to a staff member, use the emergency alarm on board a train, or DWA button or payphone on the platform. You can also report concerns using the Safe TTC app.
And due to the crush of the busy rush hour crowds, they've set these up to guide people and keep things flowing. There are public washrooms at this station. But I would say that's a number one only kind of situation. Now it's down to the much narrower Line 2 platform, where I'll be going just 2 stops west of here.
St. George and St. Andrews stations due to station work. Customers traveling downtown west of Yonge Street can transfer to service routes at Spadina Station or from downtown stations on the other side of Line 1. Check ttc.ca for more information.
All right, it says next train 3 minutes. I need a westbound train. And here on the other side, simply says every 2 minutes. Things are not that busy, but I think they're probably about to really pick up.
Line 2 for Kipling.
Please stand clear of the doors. Please stand clear of the doors. Doors are closing. Stand clear of the doors.
Arriving at St. George Station.
And welcome to St. George Station, where I can transfer to the other side of line 1. And it's worth noting, I'll just wait until the busy train leaves, as this train is just chilling here. I did not have to make those transfers at all, because line 1 here, I could have just kept going south and it would have, I'll fall on my head, I could have just kept going south and it would have made a U, and then I could have came back up this way, but instead I got off, transferred, and now I'm going to transfer again. Keep moving. Yes, don't congregate at the bottom of stairs or an escalator. And I just missed my train. Here's what I was talking about. Going from Bloor-Yonge to St. George, then I'm going to go down to Queen's Park. And I could have just gone all the way around. If you want to get a seat and chill, you can do that. It would have been a little bit longer though. Here in Toronto, we call that riding the loop. Some people prefer to do that, others prefer to make the double transfer. It's kind of crazy how much busier line 2 was. I would not have expected that, although it is entirely possible, especially since this is the TTC, that train was delayed, so it just...
Shuttle buses will run. Check ttc.ca for more information.
Picked up a number of people who had bunched up because of a delay. I'm just speculating. Line 2, Bloor-Danforth. There's no subway service between Kipling and Islington starting at 11:59. Shuttle buses will operate, so just before midnight. But we've got 2 minutes, so I'll resume recording when the train is rolling in. That was only a minute later.
Line 1, toward Finch. Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is Museum Station. Arriving at Queen's Park Station. Doors will open on the left.
And here at Queen's Park, you'll find the Provincial Legislative Assembly. And you're nice and close to Hospital Row and the University of Toronto. And look at this, another train. It appeared to be held up by the one I was just on. I think he's honking at me. Why, because I had my back turned? Even though I'm clearly on this side of the yellow line. Oh, that train is out of service. So maybe that honk was just, hey, this train's not slowing down warning. My plan here is to start a video. I'm just going to head down into the financial district.
This Saturday and Sunday, there will be no subway service on a portion of Line 1 between St. George and St. Andrews stations due to station work. Customers traveling downtown west of Yonge Street can transfer to service routes at Spadina Station or from downtown stations on the Yonge side of Line 1. Check ttc.ca for more information.
And I have emerged. There's the Provincial Legislative Assembly. Maybe what I'll do since I have to go home on the subway, is we'll flash forward about 40 minutes from now, and I'll show you what things are like at King Station or whatever station it is I wrap up this next video I'm going to record. It's now 7:14 a.m., so about 40 minutes after I finished recording at Queen's Park Station. So for the final act of this one, I'm going to head into Union Station, and we'll see how things are on the platform at 7:15 a.m. This is Front Street West right here, and Union Station is the busiest transportation hub in all of Canada. That came out weird. It serves around 300,000 people a day, so more than Bloor-Yonge Station, but it also has a lot of commuter rail lines through the GO network, as well as the Via train and the Up Express. There's a few subway lines, or a few streetcar lines that pass through here. Well, it's the terminal line for both the Harbourfront and Spadina streetcars. And this place is an absolute zoo during morning rush hour, but I think we're a little bit early for that. There's people crossing over. Most of these people probably came here via GO train, and they're walking into the path of the underground network that'll connect to a lot of their workplaces. I'm going to head back up to Eglinton. This little outing all started. And probably go back to bed for a little bit. There's where you would catch a streetcar. I'm going to take the next train, and I'm going to wrap this one up. So I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. As the train rolls in. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Happy birthday to me, and I will catch you on the next one.
Line 1, North Finch. Line 1,
Yoink!
Finch. Line 1, North Finch. Line 1, North Finch. Please stand clear of the doors. Next station is King Station.